It is the Riots on RadioU. This is our Worst of the Riot 2020 podcast finale.
Last podcast for this year.
This was tough. These actually range from June all the way into November. So, I was really scrolling, cherry picking some stuff. Normally, we have more Worst of Riot podcasts than this for the end of the year, but just because of the way the days have worked out, there aren't as many. And honestly, it was kind of hard to find stuff that wasn't just the same COVID talk. Oh my gosh.
Over and over again, which we really tried hard this year to not have it always be about that. But, there's waves where it would just be everything that you talked about had a COVID side to it.
Yeah, actually, if you go back to early March, I actually remember working on the show for the next day and saying, you know what? They won't shut up about this virus. We're gonna try to do a virus-free show. Of course, that was in the beginning.
And now it's almost impossible, even though I think people have mentioned that they appreciate that we try not to make it be everything.
Yeah, I don't know if it gets into this or not. I don't think we talk about me having COVID. Though there's a break in here that says COVID chatter and COVID toes.
Sure.
So that may be us talking about me having it, but
you didn't get COVID toes. Everybody asked if you got COVID toes, but you did not get that.
But it was the end of October when I got COVID and did the show from home for a month.
You got a super long time of quarantine.
I'll have to say, listening back to once we got the voice processing set, I'm surprised at how good that sounds.
People didn't even realize in the heart, in the moment, that you were even at home.
It was wild. Listening to it, I'm man, this is actually pretty good. It's not as fun as doing it here, but I was wow, that sounded better than I thought.
We were just thankful that we could just still have you a part of the show, that you were well enough for that, and obviously that people could still get the riot during that time.
Yeah. So here we go, Nikki. Stuff in today's podcast. Mm-hmm. Obadiah has gone premium gold.
Oh, your VIP soda thing.
That's right. We talk about going shoe shopping together.
Yeah.
I still haven't bought new shoes.
From that, you still haven't?
I'm not kidding. My shoes are starting to fall apart, literally. I have to go get shoes.
You go less places now, so it doesn't matter. They haven't been used as much.
High school sprinklers and Nikki's musical accompaniment. Mm-hmm. I don't know what that is. Let's see. The last 2%. Nikki got some yellow Crocs.
Yep.
Blowing up the porta potty. Obadiah wants a COVID test for the after show. See, before
you put that in there?
Yeah, I did. Because I thought it would be so funny if Nikki and I went and got a COVID test.
Which means he thought it'd be so funny if you guys had to watch me get a COVID test.
Right. And so, I'll just tell you, after that, that was before I'd had one yet.
Yeah. It was the week after, or a few days after you had to get your first one.
I ended up having to go get one.
He had to get one, which was negative. Then he had to get another one, which was negative. And then the third one came months down the road, and there was the positive one.
Third time's a charm.
Yeah, you shouldn't have said anything about it.
I know. KFC collaborating with the Russians, the pool pooper.
Yeah.
The Russian power lifter. Pregnant woman running the super fast mile. Remember her? She ran a sub 6 minute mile or something ridiculous. Let's see. The best class cancellation email ever.
Perfect.
Do you remember it?
Vaguely.
Oh, it's so good. And then the COVID toes, the COVID stuff. And we talk about, should I start donating my plasma because it's worth more now?
Because you could pay, you get a lot more money if you've had COVID and you donate plasma.
Oh, and you know what's sad? I'm looking at the date on this. This is the day I came back to the studio for one day.
Came back for one day, and then later, spiked a fever, had to go back. Even though he was past his quarantine time, he should have been fine, but your body said no.
That's when I got to go to level 2 customer service.
Well, I feel like this is going to be a long podcast, so enjoy it.
It's not any longer than the others. No, we've talked a lot at the beginning, but it's not any longer.
It feels like it is. This has been a long intro. Thank you guys so much for listening this year for 2020. I mean, it is what it is, but hopefully you can have some enjoyment from this final podcast to show you some of our moments from 2020.
All right, you guys have a great day.
We'll be back on Monday with a new podcast.
And a whole new year.
Yay!
Oh, wait, let me say it. This is going to be our year, guys.
Right, okay? All right.
It's going to be our year.
So remember, Monday, we're starting our diet too, or are we all ready to go?
I don't know. I will tell you, okay, I have no idea what's happening right now, but my goal when I'm recording this is to get to the gym a couple times between Christmas and New Year.
To see? Well, we'll come back on Monday and we'll
see if I actually did it.
See how it went.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Riot isn't all bad, but this is the worst of the Riot. RadioU.
Big weekend. And with everything going on, I'm not sure that you heard the news. So I thought we'd just go ahead and get to it immediately.
And that is?
For the second month in a row, I have achieved gold status in the Duchess Rewards program.
Congratulations!
That means throughout the month of June, I will be receiving double points for all purchases that I make at a Duke and or Duchess station.
That's a gas station.
And I believe that includes it's all BP stations. So,
hey, proud of you. First off, I didn't think you could do that in May. It's been a month.
I know. And the thing you got to understand is you can't just get that. I'm right. You have to go back and go back and go back and go back. I mean, I think that comes down to, I believe it requires 12 visits.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I thought it might have been more.
For you to achieve gold status in the Duchess Loyalty Program.
Is there anything then above that, or is that it?
No. That is the top.
There's not like
tier.
Platinum or
no.
The mystery card that no one else gets, but you go so often you received one.
Yeah. So here we go, Nikki. Now that you've leveled up, you'll receive all of the bronze and silver perks, plus double points for purchases, royal sweepstakes entries, and instant wins.
It's just, again, proud of you.
Come on.
Did you get one this morning? Is that when you found out?
No, I didn't. I got the email this morning because today is June 1st.
Oh, so you get to start again. Now, do you have to do this every month in order to maintain, or are you just in there now?
You can't. No. This is something that you can't just achieve it and then, you rest on the achievement. You've got to work for it.
Every month?
Every month.
I wasn't sure because a long time ago when I was younger, Starbucks used to have a different points program and you would you would get gold and then you could maintain it for the year.
Yeah.
But then you'd have to, within that year, sometime within it, level up, but it wasn't month by month.
Okay. No. Like that Starbucks stuff, that's for wimps. The Duchess program is for real.
Well,
That's right.
Again, I am proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And get going. Get going back to get some soda.
Well, you know what? It's amazing. I'm out of gas, so I'm going to have to go get gas today. And while I'm there, I'll just go on in.
Start working on June.
Get a scan. Right? Woo!
You're right. It is June 1st, isn't it?
Man, things are happening. It's all coming together. All right. June is going to be our month.
Yeah, it is.
The one. The big one.
What you're about to hear will live on the internet forever. Sorry, internet. The worst of the Riot podcast.
Probably one of the single largest impacts that COVID-19 has had on the Riot is that you still don't have your Crocs.
Going back to, when did we start talking about that? Was it February?
I don't know.
Beginning of March?
But it was pre-COVID, and COVID shut down your Crocs search.
Way back then, I had been fascinating because it just came off of some big deal where, was it Peeps or something? They had these Crocs,
the little things that you put in the shoe.
Yeah,
I don't know what they're called.
I think it starts with a Z or the gibbets or something like that. But back then I was like, man, why do these things? Why are they still around? Why do people love these so much? And I had never worn Crocs, so I told Obi that I wanted to try a pair on just to see why do people still love these things? And then that has led into I want Crocs. I want a bazillion pairs of them, all this stuff. And I just wanted to try them on to see what they feel like. Mm-hmm. And I never did because then our stores closed down here and I don't want to pay for them. I just wanted to try it on.
Okay. Well, here's what I find myself thinking, that I am getting to a point where I'm going to have to buy some new shoes.
You are?
I have had the shoes I am wearing now. It might be 3 years.
Really?
I mean, seriously,
they're
look
still
at these.
fine.
Look at them.
They look great.
I mean, do you really think so?
Well,
don't they just look like shoes? They don't look new.
You wouldn't know, except they look a little
then when
wavy
you turn
in the
them
front.
over,
Yeah.
What do you mean by wavy?
Well,
this?
That sort of stuff.
No, but that's what comfort looks like. That's how you know
where your toes are. It just looks, set for you.
It's so comfortable. You couldn't. someone with the same size foot as me couldn't wear this shoe.
No, it is. It
has
totally molded to your feet.
But see, what's happening is, do you see this part right here?
When you push in,
it bounces.
It's hollow. Where did everything go?
It's gone. Like
the padding, the comfort.
Yeah. And so I'm going to.
Wow, you need a new pair.
I'm going to have to buy some new shoes.
Yes, you do.
Like, I have to. Look, all the little holes. Like, I've worn
the
them
bottom
down.
are gone.
It's fine. Aww. There's no traction. But they're so comfortable.
Well, yeah, because you have broken them in. They're broken.
They're just broken.
They're just absolutely broken.
But here's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
You and I, we could go shoe shopping together.
Uh-huh.
Wouldn't that be wonderful?
Yeah.
You could get some Crocs, and I could get whatever the heck Adidas is passing off as shoes these days.
You always buy the same pair, though. You're not going to go shopping. You're going to buy those.
No, they quit making them. I keep buying these shoes, and they're like, yeah, they're not this anymore. They're this. So, like, I had a pair of Pumas I loved, and I replaced them every year with the same pair. And then they just quit making that shoe. So
you're going to find something new? Or
this is an Adidas Hamburg.
That's the name of the shoe?
It is.
And they still make those, though, right?
It's an 11 in U.S. sizes.
Yeah, we can find this for you online. We don't need to go shoe shopping.
You know what? It does look kind of rough. Like if you're looking in here,
listen,
the more you look at
it, the closer you look at it.
It's normally on my feet, and I'm kind of nearsighted, so I don't really pay attention.
I just want you to know you need a new pair. You do.
It just feels like I'm just throwing money away, you know?
You're not.
Wouldn't I be better off buying a movie I'm not going to watch and putting it on a shelf somewhere than buying shoes I'll wear every day?
Why don't you start wearing your 4K and your Blu-rays?
Okay.
Strap them to your feet.
Just put them on my feet.
Put them in the shoe.
Sure.
And that'll be like the padding.
All right, but I think you and I, on a little trip, you get some Crocs, and we could tell everybody about the great time we had shoe shopping together.
I just don't think it'll work.
You never want to do what I want to do. You're like, let's play video games.
This is the thing. This is it. What do you think we're doing?
Let's play video games.
What do you think we're doing?
Let's play Animal Crossing this weekend. And I'm like, let's go shoe shopping. It's ridiculous.
I don't want to go shoe shopping with you. You know what you already want. We're not doing any shopping then.
What you said?
You're just going to buy the same shoe.
With you.
Listen, I don't want them to hear us whine. I don't want them to hear this.
You don't want to hear it. Nikki doesn't want the truth to get out, guys. No, it's fine. You know what? It's okay. It's okay.
It's the worst of the riot on RadioU.
Nikki, I do want to tell this story about something that happened at a high school graduation, but I'm going to need your help to make it happen.
Yeah, what do we need?
Well, I'm going to need you to provide the music.
What was the graduation music? Okay. Will we all please rise?
Okay, now you start that again, but quieter. Dorchester County, South Carolina. A high school graduation gone wrong. Dorchester
Why do I have to keep going? Can't we just hear the story? We've already set the scene.
Now we
Everybody
have to start.
knows.
If you stop, we have to start all over.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
You don't get to threaten that. No, just tell the details.
High school graduation, Dorchester, District 2, Ashley Ridge High School. Their graduating class of 2020 got an opportunity
Can't pay attention.
To have an in-person graduation. Yes.
I can't pay attention. What can't I found a limit. Something I can't do. I can't listen to you. I can't. Stop asking me to. Just want to hear the story too. Can you please just tell the story? Don't make me do it again.
Start over.
I don't want to, and I don't care.
Dorchester. This is stupid, and I hate it.
I hate it here. Oh, my stomach. Oh, okay, can we please explain?
Okay, fine. All right. They were having their graduation at Swamp Fox Stadium.
Oh, okay.
Everything was going great. And as the principal was introducing the valedictorian, the sprinkler system kicked on.
Oh, yay. Someone should have rescheduled that.
Someone forgot to reschedule the sprinklers.
Did they cancel it, or did everybody just bear through it, or what?
Well, they definitely didn't hang around for it. So I think eventually they ended up getting it shut off.
I think that was the school's plan all along, because everybody wants to have the graduation, which is mean that you miss out on it, but the school didn't know what to do. So they had that to clear everybody out, but at least they still tried to have the graduation.
So apparently it was one of those things where they couldn't do two things at once. I know
how that feels.
Oh, are you familiar with that, Nikki?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
You can't graduate and have the sprinklers on.
Right. Very similar to how some people can't seem to hum the song that we needed and pay attention to the content. It's fine.
It's great. Why couldn't you have done it and did the story details at the same time?
Dorchester County, South Carolina.
Sprinklers.
Sprinkler.
Oh, my
we
gosh.
could have sang the story to the tune.
That would have been better.
Dorchester County, South Carolina. High school was graduating at Swamp Fox Stadium.
Oh, my gosh.
Why didn't we think of that first?
I feel like I'm supposed to put my hand on my heart, even though I'm not supposed to, but your rendition is just so stirring.
You don't have to put your hand on your heart, Nikki, because my song was touching your heart already.
Yes, I was already doing that.
Riot Podcast, RadioU.
So Nikki and Nikki's been watching videos. I've been reading this book. It's called Get Out of Your Head. The author's name is Jenny Allen. It's really written for girls. But I can read it too.
You can totally read it too.
I can read it too.
I don't know if it's written for.
Oh, it is.
But it feels like it's styled for.
She tries every once in a while to throw in like a male pronoun.
Sure.
But
it's really not.
You can tell the publisher was like, hey, why don't we just change a couple of these so that we could sell it to more people?
Well, it's still good for everybody, though.
No, it's great. It's a great book. One of the things that's in the book that I've been thinking about a lot is this idea of, she says, tell the last 2%. And that's an amazing idea, because the idea there is that, even if we have like a really good friend, we'll tell them 98% of what's going on. But there's that last 2% that we hang on to, and we don't want anybody to know, because if they knew the last 2%, they wouldn't want anything to do with us. There's just those little tiny bits. And I wouldn't recommend telling the last 2% to someone you don't trust.
Oh, yeah, you want that to.
You maybe don't want to broadcast it, but somebody that you trust. And I would go so far as to say, in a relationship with God, I find that a lot of times for me personally, I am always trying to gauge what is the person that I'm talking to looking for, and just trying to be whatever it is they're looking for.
Sure.
And in a relationship with God, what's really odd is that, do you know that Jesus doesn't need a darn thing from you? Have you ever thought about that? Do you ever think God is like, well, could you bring me my soda? I don't want to get up from the chair. Like that's not who God is. God literally doesn't need anything from you at all. So from the get-go, you're the needy one. And they're like, oh, no, well, just relax. It's fine. And a lot of times we pretend with God, at least I do, where I'll be like, God, thank you for this day and thank you for this food. Amen. And it's like we've left a lot out between the day and the food. I mean, it's good to be thankful, but there's some stuff that we're not throwing in. You know what I'm saying? So think about it. What's the stuff that you think makes you unlovable? What's the last 2% that you're like, I don't want anybody else to know about this? Now, I'm not saying you have to get on the air and broadcast it, but between you and God, you could certainly talk about it.
You can be honest about that stuff.
100% honest, because God loves you. He doesn't need you. He wants you. He wants a relationship with you, not because he can get something out of you, but because he has a lot to give you. If you don't have a relationship with God, I want you to know Your 2%, your 98%, it's all loved. God cares. God wants to help if you would allow Jesus to be a part of your day-to-day. Be honest about who you are, where you are, and what's going on. And if you don't have a relationship with Jesus, you can say, Jesus, I want that. I want you in my life. I want you to fill me with your spirit. Here's what's going on. And you don't have to hold anything back at all.
Riot with Obadiah and Nikki on RadioU.
And it was Friday during the fundraiser in which something happened that because of the fundraiser, it had to sit in the back.
Oh, yeah. And then
and it
Obi
had to
was
wait.
Out yesterday, so today's finally the day we can talk about it. And Phil, he's a podcast listener, so I'm sure he'll hear it today.
Oh, hi, Phil. Thanks
Hello,
for
Phil.
being a part of the podcast, buddy.
Well, I wanted to see if maybe I could tell what they think it might be if I just went like that.
People know
Can
what that
anybody
is.
guess what that might be?
All right, until you text, Nikki's just going to keep doing that. 8772
Wait, I'll do it on the desk.
RadioU.
What do we think this is? Anybody have any guesses?
Well, I can't guess because I already know. So
No, close your eyes and listen to the noise. What do you think that sounds like?
you
Fireworks.
got 2 empty ends of coconut and you're banging them together.
That's not it.
That's not it.
So, yeah, Phil, who's a podcast listener, sent me something on Friday, and I was super surprised. It was so nice of him to send them.
Randall says a box.
That is not it.
Well, it's a box of...
And they didn't even come in a box. They came in a bag.
They did come in a bag. You're right.
Thanks to Amazon.
I was going to say, I think they came from Amazon, right?
Well, it was so cute. If you didn't
They're
know this,
yellow.
If you buy something on Amazon through their Amazon Smile program, a portion of the proceeds or the money that you spend goes to help nonprofits. And so RadioU's one of them. So he even said I can't return them because he bought them through Smile. Cody got it.
All right. There it is.
Cody got it.
And so did JC, a new pair of Crocs.
I have Crocs.
Nikki
Phil
now
sent me some Crocs.
has Crocs.
And he got the right size, and he picked a very bright yellow.
So it's amazing. Tell them why he picked yellow.
Because when we were talking about the Switch Lite like a month or so ago, I was interested in getting the yellow one. So he got the same yellow. This is the size of shoe that I wear, but these are very big. So they do run generous.
So you would have chosen a slightly
I probably
smaller
would have gone
size?
one down, but it's perfectly fine. They fit.
No, you didn't wear them in here.
Well, I really like them. They're way more comfortable than I thought they would be.
Okay.
I'm just not ready to wear them out in public yet, but I wear them at home, around.
So they're like slippers?
Yeah, or like errand shoes if I don't have to go in anywhere yet. I got to build up to it. Because they're very bright yellow.
What? Like nobody's going to care?
I know, but you know me, I'm shy when it comes to things like that. I assume people will look at them.
Okay, all right. So let's say you walk into a store wearing those bright
They're
yellow
very bright yellow
Crocs.
Yeah.
And somebody says, hey, nice
yellow
Crocs.
I wouldn't know what
Would
they were.
you be able to ever wear them again?
I don't know if I can wear them in the first place, Alex. I haven't worked up yet. I gotta get used to them. But they're so comfortable. They're way more comfortable than I
You wore
thought.
them all morning on Friday.
You know why? It was getting hot in the studio, and your feet really are able to breathe in these things.
Well, they're all holes.
There's all these holes. They're air
maybe not
holes.
all holes,
Phil,
but
it
there's
was
a
so
lot of
sweet
holes.
of you to send them to me. I really appreciate them. I do.
Oh my
I just have
gosh.
to work up to wearing them in public. I have to.
Today we're having Chris's birthday lunch.
You want me wearing to lunch?
Yeah. Well, because think about this. You'll be in a group. You'll feel more confident.
It's true.
We'll be there.
Lena, thank you for texting. She guessed Crocs as well.
Deflect anything.
It was so weird opening them up. Like we've talked about back at the beginning of COVID, I had wanted to try Crocs because I would see them always on TikTok and just why are they a thing? Why do people really like them? Or why do people really hate them? I know why on that because, they're a particular style. But I always wanted to try one on. So then now that I've tried them on and I have a pair, it's so weird. It's like, oh, I have a pair.
You've crossed over.
Yeah, I crossed over.
You can no
I cropped
longer.
over. It's too good. It's too good, It's too much.
You can no longer look down your nose.
I can't. I have a pair.
People win awards for being the best at things. Are there awards for the worst? Because we have a contender. Worst of the Riot Podcast.
So a phone call was placed early this morning to the La Crosse Police Department about a little something that happened to the porta potty near the Pettibone Boat Club last night.
Uh-oh. Were people blowing up the porta potties?
Somebody blew up the porta potty, and I don't mean...
Like, which way did they do it?
Because
with sick tummy or with explosives?
I'm telling you that there are pieces of porta potty everywhere.
Can't clean that up, guys. Can't clean it up.
Now, what the police are trying to figure out, did someone have it out for the Pettibone Boat Club?
Was this a message?
They're trying to send a message. All right. They're trying to tell them.
Someone mad at someone there?
If you don't pay up your
Maybe.
protection money, something might happen to your porta potty.
Now, listen, okay. Now, let's walk with this.
Okay.
You know how sometimes we always think things are the worst, and maybe it's not a crime, but maybe something happened. Someone had a very sick tummy. They got so sick, and then they were embarrassed about how they left the porta potty. And the only example or the only thing to do was just blow it up because they didn't want anybody else to see. It's like to see what happened to it.
So really, this was a crime of passion. It was not premeditated.
No, it was just a spur of the moment. Like, oh my gosh, what did I do?
What have I done?
Yeah, and that's the only way they could make it go away, that they could see the possible way of doing it. Do you think? Or someone had it out for the club.
I just want you to know that had never occurred to me until this moment.
Well, you need to be more optimistic about people and porta potties and crime.
No, that's not what I hear at all. Okay, here's what I hear. You have a deathly fear of porta potties.
I hate them. I absolutely hate them. They're gross.
You know what
they can burn.
It's self-loathing.
You think?
Because I think what has happened is I've never left a porta potty and been like, oh my gosh, I'm so ashamed of the mess I've made. I want to blow it up.
You're ashamed that you went in.
But I think that maybe
you couldn't hold it.
Somebody in this room at one point in their younger years did something so terrible to a porta potty that they no longer want to go in them. So it seemed perfectly reasonable that someone would say,
no, that's not the case.
That's the read I'm getting right now.
Maybe someone went in and accidentally looked in the hole, just realized what it is. Because that's like an opening to...
When you stare into the abyss.
To the flames in the middle of the earth.
The abyss stares back at you.
Yeah, and you just can't help but how your body reacts, and it might have just been to burn it to the ground.
You just all of a sudden were like, this is an abomination.
Yeah, you had to get rid of it.
Okay. All right. I like that. We should probably call the La Crosse Police Department.
Let them know that's an option.
These are ideas they haven't even explored. Mm-hmm. They're probably looking for an explosive device. And it's like, hey, listen, you
don't know.
Just walk away.
I just envision
you don't want to know.
Someone just lights a match and drops it in there, and that's all you have to do to blow it up.
That to me seems like a legit possibility.
But anyways,
that's actually the first thing I thought was like,
yeah, how they do it.
That's a lit match, and that was the end of that.
Or
swamp gas. You know what I'm saying?
Never mind. I don't know if I can say that. Oh, all right. No. Well, if someone uses the bathroom and it's bad, don't they sometimes just light a match?
Yeah.
So what if they did it on accident and they just lit a match out of accident and then just blew up?
Whoops.
So again, let's think good about people. Maybe this wasn't a crime and it was just an accident, and they're embarrassed now, so they're not going to come forward.
I mean, they would, but they don't want anybody to know.
They don't want anybody to know that's what they did.
It was them. Or I still like the idea too of the mafia sending a message.
That also could be possible.
Yeah.
Giving every novelty food the publicity it so blatantly desires. It's The Riot on RadioU.
Nikki, here's my idea.
Yeah.
I already think I know what you're going to say, but it's a good one. You and I should go get a COVID test for our Skip's work.
No, I don't want to do that. No.
They jam the thing way up in your nose.
That's why I don't want to.
We should do it.
Why? We just wanted to go get donuts. Why'd the switch? From one to the other.
You'll be like...
Kitty, you know, when I was younger, if I had to go to the doctor, my mom would take me someplace nice.
The Hello Kitty store to get erasers.
Either right before and I knew something was coming, or right after if I got a shot. I don't want to continue that even as an adult.
You can have a donut after.
I don't want that. No, thank you. Even though if you do need to, then then good to you.
We just drive up. It's a drive-up test. You just drive
no,
up.
I don't like your idea.
Whoop. And then how do you find out if you got it?
They tell you. You get.
But doesn't it take like a couple days?
Depends on the testing that you get done. But yes, they contact you.
We should do it.
No, I don't want to.
It'd be awesome.
I don't want to.
That makes me really want to do it now.
I know, that's why.
And you know what?
And the more I protest, the more you're going to try to wear me down.
I don't even want it. I want to see you take it.
Why? You're so mean. Did you miss bugging me while you were gone on vacation?
I want to see
1 week off.
You get the COVID test. Remember how you used to want to watch me eat different kinds of food?
Well, if I was not having that food and I thought, oh, you can and I can still enjoy it.
Well, see, I'm not getting a COVID test, so I want you to get it so I can still enjoy it.
No, thank you. No, we'll come up with something else.
And then, okay, but really, isn't that like are you supposed to only go get tested?
No, people just go to see.
Just for funsies?
No, not for funsies, but just to go to see to make sure. Like if you were doing things, like if you were out and about and you shouldn't have been.
So like I went to Virginia. Should I go get a test?
That or some people quarantine after it.
Okay, well, I'll be back in 2 weeks. So
stop it. You found a way. You cannot come in and you still don't need the test.
It's for the best, really.
You're so
so
Chris texted, Chris messaged, he said, best idea ever. I don't want to.
Such a good idea.
No, and I know you're supposed to show like it's okay to get it done. We shouldn't be worried. Don't be nervous. It'll be over before you know it, but I don't want to.
All the things that you're doing right now, don't be like Nikki, everybody.
No.
Instead,
I don't want to.
I have to put the camera down and hold her head down while the person is like, it's just going to take a second.
No, a lot of places when you drive in, you do it yourself, too, because they have you roll up the window most of the way, and then you get it out. It's got a little thing on it, and you push it up till it hits that point.
No, they're going to have to do it because I can't do that.
Because I'd be swabbing just the little part of my nose. Like, yeah, it's in there all the way.
Look, I had a few nose goblins in there for you.
I wonder if it'll get to the point where eventually everyone will have to probably have it one point in their life, but it's not going to be this week.
Get the test.
It's not going to be this week.
Why not? Let's do it.
No.
Let's
I don't want to talk to you anymore.
I
don't even want to talk to you.
Let's just bust out of here and get some COVID testing.
No, that's what you say when you wanted to go to the movies, or you're like, I'm leaving early.
Then you find out that like, for some weird reason, you really like it. So you have a COVID testing problem. You're like, I just keep going around letting them jam me in the nose.
You are so weird.
I don't know why. I just like it.
We're not doing that.
We're not?
No, we're not.
What if you found, maybe you'll like it.
No, I'm not going to. And there it is.
You know what? That's right.
Party pooper.
You never want to have any fun. You never want to have any fun with me.
That's it. I never want to go anywhere with you.
Never want to do anything fun.
Yeah, this is what you bring to the table. Try to find something else to do, okay?
You know, you said let's be creative. Let's try to come up with something.
I don't want your ideas anymore. I'm going to go talk to my boss. I don't like that.
I don't like that he's threatening me.
Obadiah and Nikki tried their hardest, and that's what really matters. This is the worst of the Riot podcast.
Now, I'll tell you this right now, KFC should just quit now. Because the people at Pringles, they won the war.
Well, the Pringles sweet corn one, that's good.
It's so good.
That's good. But what did KFC do?
Well, I'll tell you what, they're working with the Russians. Trying to probably ruin the election, I'll bet.
Is this it? Is this how it gets in?
They are telling everybody, we're working with the Russians. Kentucky is in league with the Russians? That is the heartland, Nikki. That is the heartland. There it is. What are we doing?
What are they doing then?
I'll tell you right now, KFC's working with Moscow's 3D bioprinting solutions. They're printing people.
No, that's not what that is.
I'll tell you what they want to do. They want to come up with the world's first lab-sourced chicken nugget.
Oh, so it's not, it's made of...
It wouldn't be like chicken. It would be made of people.
No. See, that's not what the article said. I think you're taking liberty with it.
That's because I'm from America, Nikki. That's why I'm taking liberty. And that's why I'm concerned about what is going on here. I will take my liberty.
liberties.
I knew the second I said liberty.
But that's what the Russians want to do. They want to take my liberties.
That's the wrong word to use.
Come on.
You
did that.
I know I did. So it's a lab-made chicken. So it's not made. It's chicken cells and plant material that recreate the taste and texture of natural chicken while keeping the animal involvement to a minimum. So that's what they say.
One of two things happens. We are on the verge of a glorious new age of man and animal living together, or we are about to invent new diseases that make COVID-19 seem like a joke.
No, I think then the animals will take over. Like we'll just be overrun with chickens and all this stuff.
So we're not killing them off anymore. Now they're everywhere.
I don't know. So KFC basically is working with this company. They're going to provide the scientific side of it, the chicken cells and stuff, while KFC provides the bread, the spices, and the other ingredients so it tastes like KFC. They hope to have the final nugget design ready for testing in Moscow by fall of this year.
Let me tell you what, Nikki.
What?
The good Lord and the Colonel.
And the Colonel wouldn't stand for this.
Already came together for the perfect chicken recipe. And I don't need no Russian involvement in my chicken to feed me some lab-grown fake whatever.
Sure. Well, they're saying
First they're messing with my elections, and now they're messing with my chicken. I will not have this any... It's broken.
It's broken. You can't play your
Got no music. I don't even see it. It played the birthday music instead.
And they're getting involved in your thing.
I'm telling you right now, even my music beds are verklempt at the very idea of Kentucky and Russia working together.
So a couple other things are saying why this partnership might be something that you see more often in the future is that, you know, it's technically, would it be plant-based? Yes, I guess, even though it has chicken. I don't know how that falls in the...
Well, they say the idea would be like, okay.
No chickens were harmed in it.
One chicken died.
But then the rest are fine.
Live.
Yeah, and it also provides, they're saying, a more stable supply of food that isn't tied to the ups and downs of chicken farms, which can be more expensive, less expensive, enough to not enough if they have like a shortage and stuff. So they're saying that that's why they're working towards that.
You could have yourself a Russian printed chicken nugget. You know what?
Would you even know?
I don't know. You know what? I would try it for sure. But I'll tell you, then after that, I'm out.
Maybe it'd be better.
Well,
because sometimes I go to KFC and the chicken places, and man, they're ups and downs for sure.
I will say, if you're eating at KFC already, you've made some compromises.
Where do you go when you need someone to listen to your problems and give you a big hug? Not here. Obviously, this is The Riot on RadioU.
2020, well, I guess 2019, maybe just this decade, maybe this century. Should we call it the century of the pooper?
Yeah, I think that's fine. It was really prevalent last summer with the serial ones, meaning like people who were just going back and back and back and still doing this and then finding out who this person was.
There was Superintendent Pooper.
Yeah, that was my favorite still. He was a super pooper.
I think the one that I like even more than him was like the history teacher or whatever that every single day went over to the park. Mm-hmm. He would go over to a park, like drive over to a park in the middle of the day and defecate on the side of the bathroom at the park. And he would go with he would take his own toilet paper.
Yeah.
So that he was just ready to do this.
There's a rush or
sometimes
something.
A couple of times a day.
Don't even know why.
He just needed to feel alive.
And now we understand that more, because don't we all?
Right.
We just didn't know that this was the way to do it.
Well, I can tell you right now that in Macomb County in Michigan, they have been on the lookout for a serial pooper. They've been having somebody that's been coming to the neighborhood pool.
The Buckingham Recreational Facilities Association.
And pooping in the pool.
Who does that? That's another level. You're doing damage with that because they have to clean it.
Oh, man.
They say that the person has been finally caught.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay, here's what kills me. You read into it. They have video of this person pooping in the pool, which I know that some of you are not going to like what I'm going to say, but I'm going to need to see that video.
Where is it? It's not. I don't see it on the article.
It's not. I want to know, like, do they get in the pool? Do
they hover over?
Do they hover?
I don't know. That's a good question. That is a good question.
I want to know, like, if they're in or what.
You know why? Because we're not in this world. I don't understand this world.
No, I know. I need to know, and I need to talk about the emotional aftermath of each time.
Well, I feel bad for the person who who has to be in charge of it. So you have a pool attendant has to be hired to remain on site until the end of summer, so that these pool shutdowns don't happen again. Because they kept having to close the pool because they'd have to clean it.
Well, they caught this person. They're not allowed to use the pool for the rest of the summer. And that has a double meaning, by the way.
Well, as both the bathroom and swimming.
Yeah. And the other thing is that they are talking about restitution options being considered. In other words, what? Like, with enough good behavior, you're allowed to come down to the pool again?
Maybe.
No.
Well, then it means it's someone who lives in the neighborhood.
No. You have lost your privileges.
Yeah, you don't need it back.
You lost them.
You earned the pool.
I'll just tell you this. The first time you intentionally pooped in the pool, that's it. You lost your pool privileges forever.
Well, let's say first time if it's an accident or medical.
I said intentional.
But if it's intentional, then Obi's right. You don't get to go back to the pool.
If you're just some kid who, like...
And we need to go find your parents.
Like, we got to talk to mom and dad. But like,
I want to know if it's younger or if it's like someone who knows way better, and this is just how they're acting out at an older age.
It could be that. It could be. I mean, I had some friends that who took some delight in what you would refer to as an upper decker.
This college though, because you had the friend who would poop in the elevator,
and in
other areas.
They had a collection cup. They were taking up money. They were taking up money to send to a little kid overseas, like sponsor a child. They had a cup for that. He put something in the cup.
Did he really?
Oh, yeah.
He pooped in the sponsor kids cup? What's wrong?
Well,
but see, at college, you expect some of that.
Yeah.
This is a community neighborhood pool.
He dropped the kids off at the pool. Really not a euphemism.
Just really tired of hearing these stories about people making these choices. Is it so hard to behave a little better?
You got to stay home, Nikki.
The worst podcast with the best listeners. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
This is terrifying because, Nikki, I'm a power lifter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, I lift hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds.
Actually, he does weightlift.
I do.
And you like it. That's a workout and exercise you love.
I love weightlifting. I do feel like I have begun to come up against a lot of the structural barriers of my body, meaning I have issues with my arms because I broke them when I was a kid because I'm an idiot.
Now that's not productive. Do we notice that?
It's fine.
It doesn't help.
It's, you know what? It's frustrating. And two, the reality of it is I've been able to see where if I did not have this difficulty,
you could do more with it.
I would, yes, it would be very different than it is, but I still like it. Sorry, wasn't going to go there.
Just a side note. That's fine. Let's go back.
It just comes out. Okay.
So what happened?
So there's this guy, Alexander Sadiq, in Russia, who was at a powerlifting championship just outside of Moscow, and he was going for his 880-pound deadlift.
Whoa. Wow.
Whoa! So much weight! And then he breaks, shatters both of his knees.
Oh,
during the lift.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah. It is.
Is it tough to watch?
Horrendous. As someone who has had deep, terrifyingly painful, bone-crushing injuries, I
why did I ever look at it?
Oh, you can't. Oh, it does look bad. It looks so bad. I've seen sometimes you'll get like bloody noses and stuff when they do that, or they kind of black out for a moment, but that looks bad.
Yeah, that's broken bones. That means that even if your muscles could do it, your body's bones could not handle the pressure that you were trying to put on them. Yeah.
So they said he had to be immediately rushed to the hospital. He had surgery, which took 6 hours. Oh. Both knees were fractured, and his quadricep muscles had
Those
to
are
be...
just your thighs.
You ready?
Yeah.
Had to be reattached.
Yep.
They use the reattached word.
That makes sense to me. Looking at the injury, that makes sense to me.
So it is such a bad injury that he'll actually have to learn to walk again. It's that bad.
Well, count me out. So no gym today. Everybody take the day off from the gym.
He must lie down motionless for 2 months. Then he'll learn how to walk again.
That's
so
crazy.
There's so much to this.
That is crazy. And to think that the fact that science and medicine are at a point that he's going to be able to walk again alone is amazing. But geez.
So they said that this similar injury, this injury happens more frequently than you would like with this type of weightlifting. So this also happened to a weightlifter when he tried to do 550 pounds, also during a competition in Russia last year.
That's 330 pounds less
than
this guy
one.
tried. Nope. Count me out. Done. I'm done.
The Riot is well-versed on many different topics.
They're shy at first, but they're quite skilled at conversation.
This is The Riot on RadioU.
Last night when I went to bed, I was like, dude, you got to get back in the gym tomorrow. So I was like, yep. So I packed my gym bag, threw it in my car, and then woke up so tired I thought I was dying, and I laid on the floor in my closet for half an hour.
Well, you had a rougher morning this morning, but are you going to go later?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I can't decide whether this inspires me or it just makes me want to completely give up. I'm not sure. But McKenna Myler, 28 years old, 9 months pregnant.
Yeah.
There is a TikTok of her running a mile in 5 minutes and 25 seconds.
At 9 months pregnant?
At 9 months pregnant.
That's amazing, even if you weren't.
What the what?
Good for her. She must be pretty fit.
She must be pretty something. I just can't believe it.
And is it 5 minutes, like, for sure, or...
She's on a track.
Are we just saying it?
I get the feeling it's real.
It's real.
I mean, I suppose it could be something that she's just, like, thrown together for...
So she's been training 6 times a week during her pregnancy. She was challenged by her partner to run a mile under 8 minutes during her final month, and this is what she came up with.
5 minutes, 25 seconds.
Whoa, that's the average mile time for a woman is 10 minutes and 40 seconds.
Wow. Yeah. No, the best I ever did was I ran a 5:35 mile in high school.
Yeah.
But it wasn't an official time because it wasn't on a track. And so I've always felt like, maybe that's how fast I ran it. Like we didn't have it wasn't properly or officially measured. But this woman's like, yeah, I'm 9 months pregnant. Ain't no thing. Oh, man.
So they say that, or she says, she's been running 5 to 6 times a day throughout her pregnancy, but I think that must mean a week, not a day. I hope she's not running that much each day.
Well, yeah, I'm sure that's what.
And her best is 4.43. Good for her.
Yes. So just remember, your best is nowhere near as good as somebody else's.
Good for that. Yeah, the TikTok was just full of people, using that and just showing how they can't even do anything, let alone they're not even pregnant.
So get out there, everybody, and make it happen.
Well, I guess you can never get anything if you don't start with something.
You got to start somewhere. So
start with a walk.
So get pregnant.
No,
that's not it.
It's the health thing. We're focusing on that side of things.
Okay.
You don't even need to worry about the other side. It's more just you can start walking and then running if you want to.
Yeah, sure. Like we should focus on running 1 time a week.
And then
we can expand from there.
Oh my gosh. And then see what your time is. See.
No, I actually recommend I think you should take a whole month before you start measuring anything.
That's actually a really good idea. Otherwise you'll be so disappointed comparing it to other people.
Real talk, like just getting there is a huge accomplishment. And then at some point down the line, once you've had a chance to work out some cobwebs and establish a baseline. Then if you really want to start tracking, then start. But
don't do it at first.
But I'm not a personal trainer and I'm fat, so what do I know?
This is the worst of the riot on Radio U.
So class is canceled today. You've been there. You get the text, you get the email.
And you're so excited.
Until you read it, and then even the hardest heart among us becomes a little concerned.
Almost to the point where this one feels like he was trying to go viral with it, or, like it feels like a scam, but I think it's real.
I didn't figure this was real. Like, I assumed it was just made up, but it is real because it's been confirmed. So here's the email from Patrick Wilson. He's an English teacher. Hello, all. Unfortunately, I have to reschedule the exam, and I will have to cancel class on Thursday. Against my best wishes, I have been shot and am being treated in the ER.
Oh, it's not done yet. It's not there.
I also have COVID.
Oh, one more.
And the divorce is getting messy. It doesn't feel real.
It's almost like I didn't know that was a trifecta there, but you got all three.
Here's what I love. Office hours are still 11 to 12, Monday and Wednesday with your TA.
This is my favorite part right here.
If I am alive.
That right there. That's honesty right there.
The exam will be moved to Monday of next week. Keep reviewing the text and remember to look over your IDs.
So
Professor Wilson.
I still feel like that was a bit of an exaggeration because of then his follow-up where he does still have all three going on, but the gunshot wasn't serious.
Okay,
and the COVID has no symptoms, but the divorce is real.
I just want you to know that I don't care if the gunshot is serious or not. I mean, I care. But the fact that you've been involved in something where you've been shot.
Does it revolve around the divorce, or was it they never cover why he got shot?
We don't know, but here's the follow-up email that came. Hello all. It seems that my last email went viral on the internet. I appreciate all the replies letting me know. Fortunately, the injury wasn't serious and none of my COVID symptoms are serious. The exam is still Monday and it is asynchronous, so you take it on your own. Unlike my wife, I expect you not to cheat.
Good luck to all. So Professor Wilson has gone viral with his current life situation and his class updates.
Unlike my wife, I expect you not to cheat. So good.
So that's it. If you're seeing Professor Wilson go around in trending, this is the guy.
So good news, everybody. He's going to...
I still want to know more. I want an update on why he was shot. Like, what happened there? And the divorce. What's going to happen? It's hard when your parents fight. It's like, what's going on?
So there is a woman on Twitter who claims to be his wife that is tweeting, but I don't think that's real.
Yeah, that just seems like someone else making it up.
Yeah, I don't think that's real. But everything up to this point has been real, and it's crazy.
So they're saying that it is it's your professor's responsibility to keep you updated for classes, especially if you're doing a lot of classes remotely and you're not in person. But they were saying that from a point of view for the educator, that you're supposed to maybe not be so real.
So transparent
about what's going on, because it can then get to be a little depressing, they're saying. So perhaps don't unveil all that's going on.
Whatever. I love this honesty. I love it. You know what? I think we should put human faces on our educators. And if that means that you've been shot, you've got COVID, and you're getting divorced because your wife is cheating on you.
You put that all in that email, all right?
You go right ahead.
The Riot, not everyone's fan.
I wonder whose idea this was.
Radio U.
Could somebody help me, please, with what the heck a COVID toe is?
What do you mean?
Have you heard that?
Is that a side effect? What happens?
Yeah. They say that there's this thing you can get with COVID-19. It's not guaranteed. Not everybody's going to be that lucky. But for the few that get COVID-19, even fewer are those that get COVID toes.
Is it the rash that's on the toe that can show?
Yeah.
Did you see how long it can last?
That's what I'm looking at right now. Somebody is saying they had COVID toes for 150 days.
It can be a very long symptom, but it really just depends on you if you get COVID. They say that Some people lose their hair, and then some people lose their hair like later on. Some people get the COVID toe. Some people lose their taste, and some people lose it for a little. Some people lose their taste for a very long time. Everybody's different.
I've got a friend of mine who has COVID right now, and she told me she can't taste anything.
Anything at all?
Which I can't even, how does that even work? That you can't, I mean, I'm not saying I don't believe her, but like, what is that like? And I was talking to her and she told me, she's like, yeah, she can drink coffee and it's just hot. She doesn't taste it.
The flavor
so I was
with
like, well,
it?
yeah. So I was like, okay, well then make hot water and drink that and see if it's like the same. And she said that she could basically tell there's some kind of, she said you still get some kind of sensation from your tongue.
Yeah.
But you just don't taste, which I don't know. It's
so
weird,
COVID
but fascinating.
toe would be like toe swelling, toe discoloration, and toe pain for many, many months. It's like an inflammation with your toes.
To me, it feels like a joke. Like I would see somebody with their shoes off and be like, dude, your COVID toe is disgusting.
It looks kind of like if you ever see someone who's got frostbite or something where it gets really, on the fingers and toes. They say for other COVID symptoms with your skin, you can get hives. You can get scales kind of on your skin. Again, depends on each person and what you might get.
Boom. Confirmed. It's the lizard people that are giving us COVID-19.
I
Boom,
don't
confirmed.
see where that is, but for some
They're
you
the
might get like a red or purple rash. So it depends on what you might have.
The shadow government is accidentally spreading this disease, slowly turning us all into the lizard people.
It's hard. I mean, you're having this terrible, terrible sickness, and then for some, you have all these terrible, terrible side effects from it as well. Ones that can have some really lasting problems with your body.
Who the heck is? I mean, I'm sure somebody else is like, man, that ain't funny. I got COVID toe.
Yeah, don't
but
bring
I didn't
it
even.
up. Maybe don't
No,
mention
I didn't
it.
I didn't know it was a thing.
I know, but watch your tone with it because you don't want to make someone who has it feel very bad. It's already bad.
Hey, look, I don't want to make anybody feel bad about it. I just find it shocking because I'm just like, wait. Yeah, I get it. Hard time breathing, cough, fatigue. But now you're telling me my toes are at risk? What the heck is going on?
I think people would have seen it already. That's like a sign that you probably have it. So you would see the rash and then say, oh, okay, that's probably what it is.
Well, listen, I wish you and your toes the best of luck, friends.
Proper planning prevents poor performance. Clearly, the Riot didn't properly plan. This is the worst of the Riot on RadioU.
I'm in the basement because I have COVID-19. Yes, it's happened. I have COVID.
So, Obi,
congratulations. You've been out there like, I thought he had it. I thought he did. That's what I was thinking because he's been at home and I was thinking he probably had it.
Well, you started at home with an actual sinus infection and then that just never went away. And then people are like, oh, well, let's see again. And so you're with COVID. You'll probably be out the rest of this week too.
Yeah, that seems to be the case. My expectation is to be back on Monday. So if you guys were like, yay, he's gone, not forever, I'm coming back. So just a heads up.
He's not gone. He's just broadcasting at home from his basement so everything could be safer.
You know what I wish? I wish those stupid new consoles were out this week because I'd totally be trying to buy one. That'd be something.
Well, maybe it's better that it's not out this week and we shouldn't be trying. Because remember, we talked to you about don't make any more big purchases when you're sick.
You're right. You're absolutely right. And the truth of the matter is that the real sadness in all of this is that I've had a lot of nausea and headaches. I haven't played almost any video games at all because when I start, I'm like, oh, I'm going to play them. And I start playing and I'm like, oh, I don't feel good. I can't.
No one talks about that COVID symptom, do they?
No, nobody says what it does to your ability to play video games. And I really wish someone would speak up for the masses because it's a thing, guys. It's a thing.
You can't even barely read or watch a movie, let alone play a video game. I could tell that would be too much to make you sick. But for the console stuff, you don't want to bring that in. You just want to get healthy this week and then make a better decision when you feel better.
Okay, you're right. But I mean, if it was, I'd be like PlayStation 5 right now.
All over it. So Obi will return to the studio on Monday. We have lots of goodies for food fights, lots of fun things, and that'll be starting next week when he's feeling better.
Yeah, we're going to something, have fun probably. It's going to be great.
Justin's in OKC. He says, Obi, when you come back, can we play Christmas music in celebration?
You guys want to know some real talk? I think I'm putting my Christmas tree up this week. I think I am. Because
so
what do I have? I have just time. The only again, it really comes down to I really am sick, and so it's stuff where I can see myself getting the tree out, and then as soon as I got the box out, I'd be like, no, not right now, and it's gonna, I know it's gonna take me days and days to actually do it, but I don't know. I watched a Christmas movie last night. Home Alone 2.
You could just slowly
Lost in New York.
You could slowly work your way through it, or it would be better if you just rested this week, so then you can come back strong next week.
Yeah, you're probably telling the truth. You're probably right. So I'll just rest. Maybe. No, I was going to say I'll have someone come over and put it up for me, but they can't because I got the vid.
Because no one can come over and see you right now.
You can't. I did have some friends drop some things off on the porch. Thank you very much for that assistance, but you can't come in. No, you can't.
The Riot. Just because it's bad doesn't mean it's not good. Wait, isn't that exactly what it means? It's The Riot on RadioU.
Oh, wow.
What are you reading?
I'm reading up on donating plasma after you've had COVID-19.
Remember, you could be making so much money. Is it tempting? It's a lot of money. And you can donate, what were they saying? Because, okay, this has been around different circles, but let's say you were in college and you would normally donate plasma and you realized if you had COVID, you'd get paid, was it 2 or 3 times as much?
Mm-hmm.
So they were having COVID parties to just get COVID. So then afterwards you could donate the plasma to make more.
Okay, now does it make me a bad person? Because it wouldn't be a donation. I'd be selling.
No, you'd be. Well, you don't donate your plasma. You sell your plasma. So
right.
You could. It was a lot of money when you figured it out.
It's over $100 a crack. I mean, in 4 easy visits, I could have that PlayStation,
If you come in and I'm noticing these signs that you're donating your plasma. You're so tired, though, right now, because Obi just got out of his COVID quarantine. Don't even add anything else to this, okay?
I will tell you,
you can't go
I don't
do
know
that.
if you can tell, but, I'm tired.
We can tell by the eyes.
It's fine. I'm fine. It's fine. But man,
that's what you say when you're tired. You're everything's fine.
Hey, listen, you know what? It was our first day back, and my goals today were to get in here and do the show and
leave. That's it.
That's my goals.
All he's got.
I got a couple things I need to unload before I go. That's the hashtag life goals right there. So whatever. Well,
but
okay.
I wonder how long because you were saying you have the antibodies they at least know about for 3 months.
Right.
So can you donate plasma?
Oh, man, I could have so much money. The gaming economy could be booming. Booming.
I've never sold plasma, though. Does it make you tired?
I have no idea.
Are there any side effects to it?
Because technically, as I understand it, they pull your blood out, they separate it.
Yeah.
And then your blood cells go back in you, I think. But they say, when it goes back in you, it's cold.
Ooh.
I know.
Don't do it.
I know.
I know it's tempting, but don't do it.
Oh, man. Nikki, just a little something to help you.
Just a little hit.
just a little something. Just a little.
Oh, someone, here, let me grab. Sarah said, mono's going around in our area, so maybe you have that. Sarah, Obi had COVID, so he is.
Yeah, no,
he's just done with that. He got out of his quarantine on Friday, and so with COVID, his biggest thing has been just being exhausted.
Mono, I haven't been kissing anybody.
Don't add anything to what Obi had.
Please don't.
Don't add anything more to that.
Jeff wants to know if I'm wearing my Scarlet C.
Did you bring it in?
I love that, dude. No, but I totally should. Should just have a big fat C on it. Or I'll be like the pastor guy in that book where I'm constantly clutching my heart. And then one day my coat opens and you'll see the big C.
It was there the entire
time. It was under my coat
the
entire time.
But no, haven't done that. That's really exciting. It's actually too hot where we are for me to put a coat on for a C. So I don't know.
So Scott texted in, the medicine they add to your returned blood caused my coworker to have a seizure from that.
Man, just forget it. I was looking for a handout, kind of. And just forget it.
A silver lining to what you've gone through the last few weeks.
Hey,
Is
I've
that
been
it?
sick for 100 years, but I'm making 150 extra bucks a week selling my plasma. That PlayStation's paid for.
Well, Lisa just texted in, going back off the mono comment, said I got mono from a water fountain. So obviously not recently, since most water fountains haven't been turned on in a while.
I got mono from a water fountain.
No one wants anything else. Don't text any other ideas. There's nothing else. Everything's fine. Everything's good.
I got mono from a water. Oh, that sucks. I don't know where I got COVID. I will tell you, I've gotten that question a lot. Where did you get it?
Oh, people wanted to know if you could trace it back to something.
I don't know.
Well, again, you had a sinus infection. You've been so sick to where no one knows when one or the other because the symptoms were so similar.
It's been a great time. It's wonderful.
It's been a good fall, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Oh no! I missed it! Do it again!
You can hear us live every day on the RadioU network through the RadioU app or at riot.radiou.com.
You just must endure the itchies.